Imagine you coming home after a long, tiring day. Before you even speak a word, your pet sense it. They will come running to you, hugging you, jumping all over you, licking you, and giving you all the unconditional love. No question, no judgment, just pure unconditional love. This bond is not only of unconditional love, but it is also about healing, protection, and saving lives. Studies have shown that pets reduces stress, anxiety, and depression. When we pet a pet, we release oxytocin. And what is oxytocin? That is a love hormone which reduces stress and anxiety in a people. I'll tell you one story about my friend's life. When her father passed away, her mother went to depression. She stopped eating, she stopped talking to the family members and confined herself in a room. So that time, my friend gifted her a small puppy, and the miracle happened. She started talking to the puppy. Eventually, she started talking to the family members. She started taking the puppy for a leash walk and eventually meeting her friends and talking to them. In this way, the entire gloomy scenario of the house became very lively. Another thing is that there are dogs which are used as the therapy. Many therapy dogs are there, those which are used to calm down the anxiety in children as well as to support the aged people, not to let them go into depression. Dogs are used also for the protection and the security. You must be aware of the situation and you can relate also. If you are having pets, the pet starts barking, the dog starts barking when any strange person comes to your doorstep. And even the community dog starts howling and barking when any strangers come to your society. And in this way, they prevent thefts, burglary, and attacks in a society. There are evidences that community dogs as well as the pet dogs, they have protected their entire community and entire society from the thieves. I'll tell you one more story about my client. Jason was his name. He was sleeping in his room one night. That time, rats chewed through his gas cylinder pipe. Gas started leaking and caught with the fire. And who noticed it? His best friend Max, an 8-year-old Labrador. He noticed it and he went running to the kitchen and started barking. Justin woke up, and when he went to the kitchen, not even he stepped inside, the cylinder exploded. It was a loud explosion. The entire building got cracked. Justin was thrown out of the kitchen, and Max suffered 40% burnt. So, Justin's best friend Max saved Justin's life. So, in this way, animals save us from any other difficulties. Whenever any negative energy comes to you or in your house, you will find the animals get affected, be it a fish or cat or dog or any other animals, they get affected. It doesn't mean that to get the negative energy get absorbed, you need to feed the strays with the human biscuits, because in no way the human biscuits are good to them, because human biscuits have um, glucose and sweetness, so which is very harmful to the dogs. So if you are feeding the strays with the human biscuits and you are thinking that your negative energy will go, it will not. So whenever you are taking proper care of the dogs or any animals from the bottom of the heart genuinely, it is at that point of time your negative energy get absorbed by them. You will often notice those who are having pets, whenever you feel sad and you sit, your pets come and touch your body and they sit. It is believe that in this way, they absorb the negative energy from your body to their body. We think we rescue animals. It's not like that. Animals rescue us. How? They teach us all the bygone forgotten values like compassion, empathy, kindness, friendship, bond. We don't need to tame them. We just need to understand them. When we understand them, we open the door to more deeper and meaningful connection with them, where both of us starts healing. Let me tell you, let me begin with a confrontation of a deep rooted issue, our perception of animals. We think since centuries that humans are on the top of the category, but it is not true. Animals are far different from us. We think that humans are on the top of the category and see the animals in the lower level, but it is not true. The animals are far different from us. They are wiser, they are purer, and more attuned to the rhythm of the life. We have heard that respect begins at home. Our furry animals, our pets, are our families. But do we really respect their boundaries, their emotions, their instincts? Ethical treatment is not only about giving proper food and proper shelter, it is also about acknowledging their emotions, their autonomy, their likes, their dislikes, their fear, their joy. Animals are not our properties. Imagine a world where animals are recognized legally, not as our property, but as a being with rights. Many of the countries have already started taking steps towards it. When we replace the word ownership, we open the door to partnership. That means living with the animals and not over them. We need to support ethical practices too. We have the power more than what we think. Each swipe of a credit card is a vote. Do we really practice cruelty free products? Do we really support zoos and circuses where animals are confined and caged and exploited? Do we consume consciously? We need to choose cruelty free cosmetics. We need to support sustainable farming and choose more plant based products. We need to say no to zoos, circuses, fur, and trophy hunting. We need to back wildlife preservation and nature reserves. Now, animals are our lifelong commitment, not lifestyle accessories. It's heartbreaking to see people abandon their sick old dogs on the road. Do we want our children to do the same with us, what we are doing to the animals? So, before adopting and buying any pet, we need to ask ourselves, are we ready to parent a beautiful soul? Are we ready to give time to a voiceless animal? Now, there are so many instances where animals are exploited. For that, education is the key. Changes starts with awareness. We need to integrate animal compassion into the educational system. We need to teach our youngsters about compassion, about empathy, trust, friendship, bond. Remember, empathy cultivated at young, compassion becomes an instinct. Technology and innovation has also come up to bridge the gap between humans and the animals. Right from animal wildlife tracking to prevent poaching, to AI tools for monitoring endangered species, to AI smart collars to monitor pets' health. Innovation is now a tool for empathy. So let's just invest in solution which protects the animals and not exploit them. But this is not the job of a pet lover. This is a collective responsibility. The government, the schools, the colleges, the institutions, the influencers, every entity should come up to create a world where animals not only survive, but they thrive with us. Let me conclude this talk by saying let's just not only keep pets, let's cherish them so that at the end, we are not only giving protection to them, but they are also protecting us. Let's connect to them truly so that at the end, we are not making their life better, but our life richer too. Thank you.